Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Tank be chopping, back with another haircut video. Check it out, man. What we're gonna be doing is a comb over, no part. He just pushes it all over. We're gonna be doing like a mid-ish, lowish fade. He wants to keep some of that bulk on the side, so we're gonna attack this haircut a little differently. But nonetheless, as y'all can see, I am taking my water bottle, my comb. I'm saturating the top of my client's hair. I'm combing it the way he typically combs it, getting everything all set up to go ahead and start trimming the top. So y'all are gonna see some shear work in this video. I know sometimes y'all be asking me for shear work, so I like to comb my hair forward and then come with the mohawk section. That's what I call it, a mohawk section. I know it's called a profile section, but we come in with a mohawk section, taking off a little bit at a time, moving forward. We're taking off about half an inch or so, maybe about a quarter of an inch. And then I'm using that guideline that I set in coming forward. I'm using that to come back, placing opposite sections in the opposite direction. So instead of doing sections from front to back or back to front, I'm doing them from side to side now. But every bit of hair that I pull up is bringing up a little bit of that initial guideline, and I'm going to use that all the way over, and I am going to use it to help tie in the sides as well, and I'll show you that here in a minute. All right, so now that we got one side of the head done, I'm moving on to the opposite side. And as you can see, every section I pull up has that middle guideline in it. And that's what I'm using to make sure that I get everything down to that desired length. And then just FYI, guys, I did go over this probably another 1 or 2 times just to make sure everything was even. I'm not going to show it in this video, but y'all get what I'm talking about. And the same thing with this side. I'm trying to make sure everything is nice and even, getting everything down to that length. And then once we got that down, now I'm gonna start over directing the hair, bringing it down to the sides. That way I can set in my guideline for the sides and make it a little easier to blend into. And as you can see, I am dropping it in the back. That is the shape that we're gonna be going for. Somewhat, like I said earlier, like a drop fade, mid-ish, lowish drop fade, with a little bit of bulk on the sides. You know, typically I like to take a 4 and just go straight up and, you know, debulk the sides with it, but we're doing things a little different on this video. All right, now that we got that done, I'm gonna go ahead and take my compact low pro trimmer, and I'm setting in my initial bald guideline going all the way around the head. And then once again, we are making sure we drop it in the back below the occipital bone. And then we're just gonna be taking off all that excess hair. Once that is done, I am going to take my shaver. I'm using a double foil shaver. My personal preference is using double foil shavers, but we're using the double foil shaver to get the sides down to that razor length. And as y'all can see, my guideline, it's not really a mid-fade guideline, and it's not really a low fade, so that's why I said we're doing like a mid-ish low drop fade. It's somewhere in between, right? And I know the internet is going to come for me on this one, but yes, I am taking down the beard with the number 1. I did this on Instagram a while back. One of my clients wanted a 1 on his beard, and I did it, and all the amount of negative comments I got is crazy. But y'all need to understand, it's not what the viewers want, right? Like, I get it, y'all want certain types of content, and I get it, but a lot of times it's what I gotta do what the client's asking for. So with that being said, we did a 1 on the beard, and now we're gonna go in with our clipper lever open, and we're coming up only about half an inch at maximum, right? Like at the max, we're coming up half an inch. We are gonna keep this blend a little more compressed than normal. So then I'm going in with the clipper halfway open, and then I'm gonna close my lever all the way closed, attacking that bottom line. Now we're going in with our 1 guard lever open, setting in another section, following that same shape. And this is how you keep your blends a little more compressed. You just really don't make your guidelines as big as you would if you want the blend to be a little more stretched. So now that we got our next guideline in there, we're gonna close the clipper, and we're gonna start attacking the bottom line in that section, which isn't gonna get it out completely, and that's why you see me with my half guard. And I will be doing a lot of lever play on this section. When I use my half guard is more of a detailing guard, so that's why I do more lever play to bring in the clipper open section into my 1 guard section. All right, now that we got that done, we're just gonna move on to the number 2 guard. Once again, following the same shape, and I am using a slight flick out motion. And I say slight flick out motion because we wanna keep some of that bulk So if I just come straight up, it's gonna leave a harsher line. So if I use a slight, a very slight flick out motion, I really don't think about it too much, but if I use a very slight flick out motion, it helps leave that line a little softer. And then we're gonna close the 2 and come right underneath that. And then same thing we did with the half guard. I'm going in with my 1.5 guard, trying to clean up that section between the 1 guard open and the 2. And then now what I'm gonna do is, typically I'd go in with a 3 and a 4 and then blend that in all together. But this time I'm gonna use some blending shear over comb. And once again, the reason why I'm doing this is I wanna leave it a little more bulky on the sides. I don't wanna take the blend super high up closer to the parietal ridge. So I'm doing it this way because for me, this is the easiest way to do this type of haircut the way I need it to look, right? There's a million different techniques you can use when trying to achieve your overall finished look. You can use shear over comb, clipper over comb, you can use guards. Me personally, I just feel when I want to keep some bulk, I feel like using the blending shears works. It works well for me. And then whatever I don't get with the blending shears, I'll come back in with either clipper over comb or I'll put a guard on there. I'll find a different way to make it look the way I need it to look. But I just want to say that you can use different techniques because not every technique is going to work for every person. So find a technique that works best for you and master that technique. Now moving on, we are gonna hit this front lineup. We're not doing the front lineup in the front, we're just doing the vertical bar. So we're gonna hit that vertical bar and then do the C-cup, do the beard. And as y'all can see on the blend, it's not completely done. I'm gonna go back in and refine it later, but I just wanted to move on to the edge up just so I can see how the blend was looking. Me personally, I like putting in that lineup when I'm working on this side of the haircut because it helps me see somewhat of a finished product, and it lets me know where I need to actually detail at. So as y'all can see, we're just lining up the beard, basically following what he has, but cleaning everything up. We are keeping it, high on the cheek, not super high on the cheek, but a good shape on the cheek, and then we're gonna line it up underneath the chin here in a minute. And as you can see, I'm setting in my first line, and then I'm working my way over, and we arcing around the back. A lot of times we get squared beard, beard lineups. This particular client likes for me to round it a little bit in the back, so that's what we're gonna be doing here. And then we're just gonna take off all that excess hair and then detail that line a little bit. Now that is done, we're gonna easily blend this beard in with our clipper open and then adjusting our liver closed, moving our way up to that skin line. Then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do a little bit more blending shear over comb. Once again, I have that edge up in there on the side, on the vertical bar, on the C-cup, on the beard, and it helps me see this a little better, so it lets me know I need to go in with a little more blending shear over comb to get this blend to look the way I want it to look. And then I'm gonna hit it with whatever guards I feel is necessary. In this case, I'm using my 1.5 guard, and this is really gonna help bring that blend together the way I want. And then on this side, you're just gonna see me do the edge up. I did the same steps that I did on the opposite side, but we're hitting up that vertical bar, then we're gonna hit up that C-cup and then line up the beard, just like we did on the opposite side. I try to do the same exact steps, that way I have the same finished product on both sides. I guess technically you can use different steps on both sides if you'd like, or maybe if you're experimenting or you're trying to see what technique works better for you, you can do that. But me personally, whatever I do to one side, I try to do the exact same thing to the opposite. Remember guys, if y'all want any discount on tools, y'all can go to fwbarbersupply.com. Use my discount code TANK10 on that website. That way you can get, save yourself a little bit of money, save yourself 10%. And now we're going in with our razor. This is my Masaki Shears Katana razor with the razor blades, and we're just hitting up all these lines. I do have shave gel on my client. I'm not dry shaving them. I am using Organsky shave gel. And as you can see, I am stretching that skin, making sure we pull that skin nice and tight. That way we lessen the chance of nicking our clients. And then when we did the one side, we gotta do to the other. Y'all know how we do it over here, man. And I know this is a different style cut. I don't really do cuts like this on my channel. You know, a lot of my channel is like buzz cuts, a little bit of shear work. But you know, I got different types of clientele, you know what I'm saying? So I did want to show y'all something a little different. Hopefully y'all like this video. If y'all do, you know, like the video, smash that like button, comment down below. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe one time for the one time, man. Like, I greatly appreciate it. You know, on this channel, we do unboxings, haircut tutorials, clipper reviews, anything barber related, your boy is dropping on this channel. All right, but check it out, man. This is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechopping.com. You can book there. Also, if you want any discount on tools, you can go to FW Barber Supply. Use my discount code TANK10. But that's basically it, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go.